what it's all about.
So
Thank you.
We got a lot of listeners from all over. The people are going to ask me, so I might as well ask, where'd meat sauce come from?
So when I was an intern at the station a long time ago in 2005, a guy who used to work here, he got hired the summer after he interned. And I asked him how. I said, how did you get hired? And he said, I work during the Vikings games. Like it's grunt work, but you got to do it. So I said, all right, I want to do that. And he recommended that I do it. And so one of my jobs was I would have to go get food before a game. And we used to have a trade with, I forgot the restaurant, but it was, so I'd go get it. And I took pride in it. One of my things is I always said to myself, I said, if I can't deliver food properly, why would they think I could do anything else? So I took a ton of pride in it. So I'd get it all out. And I one time brought it into the studio and I handed it out to everybody. And I got to the last guy and I said, here's your sandwich. And I don't know why you ordered this, but it would look like a to-go container. And I said, here's your meat sauce. And he's like, I didn't order that. And I'll never forget, Morris laughed. And I'm going, well, that's my ticket in. If I can get Mike Morris or anybody to laugh, that's how I can get on that morning show. So about every 20 minutes, I'd come back in the studio and I'd be like, does anybody want anything? You know, you guys good? And they go, yeah. And then behind my back, I'd pull it out and I'd go, does anyone want any more meat sauce?
Yes.
And I'd be like, get out of here. And then Morris, like a month later, I saw him coming in. I was coming in to do something and he's standing in the hallway and he just turns, looks at me and goes, you're now meat sauce. I'm like, okay. And I've been meat sauce, since like 2005.
That's
nice.
epic.
You know, I remember I told Nordo when he was on our show back when Tiny Joe Nelson, worked with PA, and when there's a transition at KFan, like us, we're diehard listeners. So I was devastated. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy from Mankato that's taking over for Tiny Joe? And that was the same when Mike Morris got fired, but really that's what elevated you, up to where you're at now. The morning show's better than ever, even without him. And I was actually talking to an old K-Fan guy, Jeff Dubé, told him you were going to be on, and he goes, you got to ask him about his, story and kind of the beginning of K-Fan and your relationship with Dark Star.
So I met Dark Star in like a really weird way. I was doing Corey's Sludge-a-thon to raise money for lupus, and I was producing it, and Dark Star was sitting in the studio with his back to me. And I came back, it was like 6 a.m. So we're just playing whatever. We're just trying to fill time and help Corey's voice, get to the 24 hours. So I played this bit that I put in the system from Trailer Park Boys. And I'll never forget, man, I've told the story a lot, but Dark like swivels around in his chair and looks at me and points at his ears like, hey, I know that. We got back on the air and I'm like, Dark, you like Trailer Park Boys? And he said it's the best TV show of all time. Dark, like me, thinks everything's the greatest, even though it's not. But that's when we kind of just hit it off. And it was, I knew him for about 2 years before he died. I think I met him in 2010. And then he, of course, passed away in 2012. But it was, he's wonderful, man. He gave me like this weird confidence that he's like one of the first people, like hockey was very good about it. Hockey's always been in my corner, and so is Corey. But Dark Star gave me this like weird confidence. He's like, I think you're really good at what you do, even though it's weird. He's like, don't ever change. I'm like, okay. And he would tell everybody, and it was awesome. He was like the Pied Piper for me. And it was the greatest relationship of all time. And I've been very fortunate. I have both my parents, but when Dark Star died, it was awful. It was one of the worst days of my life. It sucked.
Definitely just hear it when even you guys play that bit where he's like talking about all he needs is so much time with meat sauce, so much time with Common.
Yeah,
and
on the
like
Common
that,
bit.
And
he's the best.
You should have confidence because I say more things that you say as bits on a daily basis, like brilliant, things like that. And it just, it is you. It's not a bit necessarily for you. You're authentic, and that's just who Sauce is. And that's awesome, man. So I appreciate that about you.
Yeah, no doubt. We're talking with Paul Meat Sauce Lambert. This interview, as always, is brought to you by Bricks Boatworks. So you and Swartzen are good friends. The three of us last year were actually at a Timberwolves game, and Swartzen is waving, and so we see you. Well, you had gotten up at halftime probably to go grab a chuck wagon or something. So I ran across, went down. There was a lot of people kind of walking up to him and taking selfies or whatnot. Well, him and I are both in the Viking World Order, the VWO.
Yeah.
And so I said, hey, real quick, and we're both in the VWO. Well, he invites me to sit down in your chair. So when you got back and it was warm, that was my butt.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, he was – I think when you think about celebrities, they're on this pedestal. And I sat there with them for – 5-7 minutes, and we just bullshitted about Christmas and like, how's your family? And like, he was the most authentic dude, super down to earth. And I thought that was great. I went back and told these guys, I showed them the picture we took, and that was a lot of fun. So I appreciate you. And I hope that Chuck wagon was good. So I got to chat with Swarty for a minute.
Yeah. He's the best dude. I've known that guy for a long time, and he's just a great dude. He's a great friend of mine. It was the weirdest thing ever, though, how we met. He tweeted about he was going to the Vikings game, and I direct messaged him, and I said, hey, I get you on-field passes. It was back when they were playing at TCF Bank Stadium, and he's like, really? And I go, yeah. So I texted my guy at the Vikings, and they got him on the field. And I didn't hear from him for like 6 months. And then he randomly out of nowhere texts me, and he's like, fuck the Twins. And I'm like, what? What the hell? What? And then he would just rip every sport of Minnesota sports. And then that's when we became really close. And then he randomly came up with that meat swords day. I'm like, what? What are we doing? And the first year was kind of a drag because like it was too hot out. And that's the first time I ever met him in person. And then it became like this great thing. And it turned into like that God Bless Vodka bit was so authentic. And every year the Twins PR guys are like, we got to do that again. I'm like, well, we can't force that. Plus, have all his friends go. Nobody wants me there. They're way more important than I am. But yeah, he's a class act, dude. He's proud to be from Minnesota. Yeah, I love Nick Swartzen.
That's
he's
kind
such
of like
a good...
how our relationship started, Sauce, is that Sauce was at Target, imagine that, and he had tweeted a photo of a pillow that he was getting, and I, at the time, was working at My Pillow, and I was like, hey, give me your address, and I'll send you a My Pillow. And sure enough,
yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, bet. So I sent him a pillow, and then every time me and my fiance were in the car, and Sauce is on the radio, and I'm just like, you hear that voice? Dude's sleeping on a pillow I sent him. Like,
claim to fame.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I still use it. It's the best.
Yeah, I don't work there anymore, so you don't have to say that, but I appreciate it. That's awesome.
No, pillow. Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, good. Well, that's all I got.
That's all I got. We're going to have to get out and play a round of golf here soon.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, let me know. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys listening and the effort you guys put into this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. And when you're done watching Twist, make sure to tune into 100.3 KFAN and listen to Sauce and Nordo.
The Fan.
Thanks, brother.
Later,
Thank
bro.
you.
Thanks, Sauce.
Bye, babe. Bye, babes.
Bye, babe.
How elite was that?
That
We
was
just
fun.
got to kick it with Sauce.
Kicked it with Sauce. Nordo's in the background listening. Like,
He's getting ready for
they
the
upped
show.
their show since I was on. Like, shit.
Dial-up internet.
We're on 2G, trying to tap in. And
5 months ago, we had Nordo on and from a restaurant where it's 10 degrees below zero outside.
that was a hell of an episode.
It
but
was.
I think we've,
Chuck Foreman on.
Upgraded.
upped it a little bit.
Now.
I'm nice and toasty here at NBC Studios in Northeast Minneapolis.
Northeast Minneapolis.
So
Thanks, Greg.
obviously our website is twistsportstalk.com. You can catch all of our old episodes that we've had. You can also check us out on rtfsportsnetwork.com. Shout out Sal. Make sure you grade this episode, Sal. And then also you can like us on Facebook, like us on Twitter. I am at TwistBenz.
At Twist Host Mike.
Greg
GVG
could give
Twist.
a shit.
GVG
He's got about
Twist.
5
He's got
followers.
12 followers. He doesn't help the brand at all.
12 followers, and they're all family.
You can basically any social media platform, YouTube, anything. We are at Twist Sports Talk.
Yeah.
Let's kick off the show, Benzie. Let's do some
Bring
headlines.
it. I got some headlines for you. Let me take a sip of this water here.
We're not sponsored by them,
Yeah,
so it's
we're not
just
gonna
French water, hashtag
water,
not a sponsor.
generic
Yeah.
water.
All right, so our first headline is going to be Kyrie Irving plays key role in Friday call with players.
and I was like,
What? On a call that included nearly 100 players and several stars on Friday night, Irving made an impassioned plea for players to make a stand and sit out the season's resumption in Orlando. Almost 90 minutes in length, the call included several players suggesting they'd be willing to sit out the season. Where it leads the NBA now remains unclear. Even after the call, there was still a belief within the league that the NBA would have the players support it if needed, and it would be ready to go.
They'll be fine.
Headline number 2. Antonio
Oh, number
Brown.
2? What number was that, Benz?
Number 2.
Wow.
He has to say them in order so he remembers.
All right. Antonio Brown pleads no contest to felony burglary with battery in Florida case. AB pleaded no contest Friday to a felony burglary with battery charge and 2 lesser misdemeanor charges relating to a January incident with a moving truck company outside his home in Hollywood, Florida. Brown will face no jail time.
Weird.
He will have 2 years of probation and 100 hours of community service. I will pay to see that 100 hours.
Oh, he'll pay it off.
He's going to pay
He
somebody
might
to
as well
show up
live
to
stream
probation.
that. He might be able to get a TV contract with that live.
$10. He'll pay $10 per hour.
He was also ordered to have a 13-week anger management program as well, and of course, not have contact with the victims.
I'll sit in on that anger management class, just to try to piss him off.
Oh, I'm sure it's via Zoom.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be a saint in there. All right. Minnesota Twins 2020 draft recap.
Number 3.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Our first pick was Aaron Sabato. He's a first baseman, power hitter from North Carolina. He is 6'2", with excellent power and bat speed. His hit tool is improved as well, and despite his below-average arm and speed, he could turn into a decent first baseman. In about 17 years, we'll see him.
Yeah.
All right. Our second pick was Alaric Solare, outfielder for Tennessee.
Nailed it.
Love that.
I love
High
the name.
upside in tools, his hit, power. He's just all around a great pick.
Did you see a gopher went 3rd overall?
Yeah.
Yeah, Myers,
Unbelievable.
beast.
We're
Throws
we're
almost
repping
100
hard in
miles.
this state.
Throw the ball.
The Marlins
Sky
scout
ball.
even said he's ready to go right now to the show.
Did a Badger baseball player go in the first
No,
round?
he was
He's on the
drunk.
baseball team.
He was drunk.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah,
All right.
Thanks, Chapter 9.
Our next pick was Marco Raya. He's a pitcher. Raya.
You ready to go on a Raya?
I don't know about that. He's in high school. He's a Texas pitcher. They like him, prospect. Our last one, he's Hawaiian. Kalia Rosario, outfielder for Waikiki High School.
Waikiki, Kalia, Rosario.
I'm down with that. He
like
can't
it.
be graded too harshly because he's a high schooler.
Sure.
Imagine that.
Weird.
He's a
Last
project.
headline. He's a project.
He's a project.
They're all projects.
Kind of like Green Bay Greg on the show. He's our project.
Yeah, he
We'll
holds
figure
it
it
down. Last headline, Union for Major League Baseball will not accept the latest season proposal from the MLB. The Major League Baseball Players Association will not accept the proposal of a 80% prorated salary over 72-game schedule. While the union hasn't formally rejected it, several players were transparent with their disappointment in the offer. And those are your headlines for the week.
Well, thank you.
Not a problem.
Do we have a headline of the week?
Yeah, the headline of the week
Is this new?
This is a new bit.
We do the headlines, and then we have a main headline of the week?
Oh, like a featured headline.
Wow.
Featured, yeah. This is like when you go to the guide in your TV and you see this in the top. This is the.
You know what's weird is we call it headline of the week, and then Greg's like, it should be featured headline of the
imagine
week.
that.
Deal with it.
Unbelievable. Anyway, so what's this featured headline of the week?
Delvin Cook is asking
Delvin.
to be paid as a top back in the NFL. Will Delvin get paid as a top back in the NFL?
No.
So let's put that into perspective, right? So CMC gets paid, what is he, 15?
16 million.
Yep.
16, and then Zeke
Then
gets
Zeke.
paid right around 15.
15.5.
Will he be paid as such?
I think he'll be happy at 10 or 11. Problem is, you guys wasted way too much money on a top 20 quarterback. You guys could spend $8 million
Says
less
the
on
guy whose team has had back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks that they've drafted.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. You've never had to go to a free agent market and grab your franchise
That's what I'm saying.
quarterback.
Well, you shouldn't have given a guy $33 million a year. Just go get a new one.
We've talked
should
about this
have.
100 times. There's not free agent quarterbacks who come onto the market like that,
I
and
understand
you
that.
got to pay them. You do because
You
you
pay
said
'em.
you don't do them.
No.
You pay the man.
You pay him. Look at what Goff got.
Okay,
That's the
you
market.
guys
Cousins
made it to the
got
NFC
what he was
championship
worth.
game with. You guys made it to the NFC championship game just a few years ago.
Correct.
You could have used that quarterback, Case Keenum. You could have paid him $10 million less a year.
What
That
happened
$10
to
million
Case when he
right-
went to a different team?
What's that?
What happened? Where's Case at now?
Well, look where he was with.
So it was a
Case in
fluke.
point, Greg.
Boom. All right. So my opinion, will Dalvin be paid as a top back in the NFL with the Vikings? I guess I should add that. I don't know. I think he deserves money, but also I don't believe in overpaying for a running back.
Do you think it'd be fair to give him $11 million a year?
Yeah, if he played a full season at all in any of his seasons,
Because I think that's the number.
I don't know the logistical thing. Ben Lieber was talking about it on KFAN, where the new CBA is harder on these players to hold out. So
yeah, he won't be able to hold out.
you're not going to be able to
75.
continue to do it. And the thing is, he's trying to come to a bank that's closed. It's like, I don't know where we're expected to get this money from, where we had to shake up everything to sign our draft picks. And we drafted, I think, 732 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
So the point is, like, I just don't see where the money's going to go. Obviously, we need to lock him down. Yeah. Is he going to get CMC money? Absolutely not, because CMC's never missed a game.
Not only that, but CMC plays like 98% of snaps.
He's everything. He damn near hikes the ball to himself, throws himself a touchdown.
Yes.
I mean, he's just – I've never seen that out of a white running back before.
I think if they can find a way to give him a little bit this year, and then you have, 11 mil for the next 3 years after this year, I think that he's got to be happy with that, and Viking fans have to be happy with that.
Sure. That's what I was thinking.
I think
like
11 million is your ceiling.
Your best bet is to try to give him a bonus type situation for this year, because obviously he's not going to play for $1 million this year.
No, and that's fine.
Nor should he. So hook him up with the little cash. Let's get a 2-year deal. Then you can get your Whopper.
Yeah. Here's some cash. Stay healthy,
right?
And then we'll pay you like that.
And then you can
show us a 2,000-yard season.
Well, sure.
Then I'll give you CMC. I'll give you more.
Just show me a season like last season, which was epic, but let's make it all the way through the season while staying healthy. Luckily,
the way the NFL's going is you're drafting another running back. You saw that with the Tennessee Titans this year. You got a stud in Derrick Henry. They spent a third-round pick on a running back.
Yeah.
Last year, we spent a second-round pick on Alexander Madison.
Right.
Now, I'm not trying to compare the two. Madison could be a starting running back in this league. He's not Delvin Cook.
Correct.
But we have equity now in somebody else. So it's like we don't need to.
We knew this was coming.
Well, there was actually just an article out of Milwaukee where they said, did the Packers draft C.J. Dillon because they saw what Minnesota's dealing with Dalvin Cook?
Hey, Matt, ask me if I care.
Well, it's the same thing.
Don't ever reference a Milwaukee. All right. Are we ready to get learned?
Let's get learned. Teach me some history. It's gonna be great.
My goodness.
It's going to be awesome. Here you go.
So, as always, every single week, you guys got your notebook? Buckle up, Twist Nation.
Let me take out my typewriter.
Buckle up, RTF
Greg,
Sports Network.
I'm just here to correct pronunciation.
So today, in history, in 1865, President Andrew Johnson proclaims Reconstruction of Confederate States.
Sure.
1886, fire destroys nearly 1,000 buildings in Vancouver, British Columbia. Unbelievable. No protesters were arrested.
Unreal.
1905, New York Giant Christy Mathewson, second no-hitter, beats the Chicago Cubs 1-0. 1908, Tommy Burns KOs Bill Squires in 8 for the heavyweight boxing title. Bill Squires, I like that name. 1920, this is fantastic. This is what you're going to want to tune into.
Let's hear it.
1920, the U.S. Post Office says children cannot be sent by parcel post. Unbelievable.
It took until 1920.
1920. Guys, you can't send little Billy through the mail anymore.
I wonder why my mom still shipped me parcel.
Unbelievable. They said they put a kibosh on it back in 1920.
In 1919, I could have sent my kids to go see my dad by mail.
Yep.
Damn,
that would have been an expensive package.
What a great time to be alive.
1925, Charles Jenkins demonstrates the transmission of synchronized pictures and sound.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is, Greg?
Sound.
Synchronized pictures and sound? What is that? That's television. That's TV.
Yeah. TV.
Come on, Greg. 1937, Joe DiMaggio hits his third consecutive home run against the St. Louis Browns.
Believe it.
Did you know about that team, Greg?
Joe DiMaggio. No. What was his nickname?
DiMaggio.
Jolton Joe DiMaggio.
You're guessing. That was a total guess.
Jolton Joe DiMaggio?
No, it was
Jolting?
It was the DiMaggio.
The Damage.
Okay.
Like demise? Well,
yeah.
I like that.
It's the DiMaggio.
I like that.
You just made that up right now.
Yeah. I did. It was better than yours. 1947, the first night game at Fenway Park. The Red Sox pulled it out 5-3 over the White Sox. Well, that's kind of funny. Red versus white. Red won. 1948, Babe Ruth's final farewell at Yankee Stadium. He died August 16th later that year.
Sad.
Yeah. 1969, Mick Taylor leaves the John Mayall Band and joins the Rolling Stones. Greg did have a poster up in his room of the John Mayall Band. He was heartbroken.
Yep. Got over it, though.
Yeah. This was your favorite movie, too, Greg. 1978, film Grease.
Oh,
opens.
Going down, I'm cruising down.
Grease lightning, go, Grease lightning.
It's a dream. A dream. A grease lightning, go, 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 go.
Greg, where are you at? What's your favorite song?
Oh.
Were you into the disco?
Never really into the disco.
I could see you wouldn't need the tall shoes.
You still wear bell bottoms.
Yeah, well, it's hard to find pants that fit a guy of my stature. I was more into the grunge rock thing.
What was your favorite band?
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam's not grunge rock.
I guess. Oh, I think it is.
That's alternative.
The Seattle sound?
The Seattle sound.
Yeah. That's, from the 90s.
That's the Nest.
That's when Matt was born.
1989, the 43rd NBA championship. The Detroit Pistons sweeps the LA Lakers in 4 games.
They would have swept them. They didn't sweep them.
Swept? To sweep is the verb. So we'll go with it.
Detroit Pistons sweeps the LA Lakers. I just copied and pasted, you son of a bitch.
Don't say that.
1991, a spectator named Greg is killed by lightning at the U.S. Open golf tournament. Can you imagine that? You're just going to watch your boy golf and dead.
Why are they out there in the lightning?
I think it was a freak accident.
They had insurance.
Yeah, if the golfers are leaving, I'm leaving too.
Well, that's the thing.
Well, I don't think they were just standing out there by themselves.
You got better luck getting struck by lightning than catching
I want to do a little research on that. We should do that. We should research
just
one of
on
these.
To the next one.
1991, NHL owners present contracts to players. Leads to an April 1st, 1992 strike. Also in 1991, The National, first all-sports daily newspaper, ceases publication.
A lot of stuff happened on this day in 91.
Yeah. Let's move it forward to 94. Chicago Cubs second baseman Ryan Sandberg retires due to poor play. He forfeits $15.7 million of his $25 million contract. So he sucks.
Hold that L.
So he retires and then loses $15 million. I don't care if I'm playing like shit. If I got to forfeit $15 million, you're dealing with me.
I'm sitting on the bench. I'm sitting in the dugout collecting
Put me on
the cheddar.
AAA. You still got to pay me the contract.
Oh, my God. 2000.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson is honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
About time.
Was of fame. Okay, I thought you said of plane. Because there's snakes on the plane.
Okay.
Wow.
Did you?
That's all we got for you, folks.
Beautiful.
Wow.
I loved it.
Nope. I got it. I meant for you for saying a stupid joke. 2012, San Francisco Giants. Matt Cain pitches first perfect game in the franchise history against the Houston Astros. 2017, Warriors' second win, NBA title in 3 years over the Cavaliers. I can actually.
Nobody cares.
That's pretty crisp. I can talk fast.
You like a radio voice.
Wow. 2019 NBA Finals. Toronto Raptors beat defending championship Golden State Warriors 114-110
T-Town.
to win franchise's first championship.
You know what they call
It
Toronto?
was also the last game at Oracle Arena.
You know what they call? The kids call Toronto.
What?
The Six.
They do. I did not know
Is there a
that.
reason- do you have any reason why?
Drizzy Drake.
Got it. Okay.
Do you know who that is?
That the rapper guy who's a big Toronto fan?
Yeah, he was on a kids show back in the day.
He's
he was
more
in
than a
He was in a wheelchair. What was that show called? Do you remember? Degrassi.
Degrassi.
That's right. Point me. Speaking of points,
Oh!
we got a game.
Let's go.
We got a game.
We got a game.
Wow. Okay.
If you guys were wondering,
Doge is here.
Cardboard Doge just
Yeah.
brought his head because he's playing, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a new game, and I hope you're horny.
What?
I hope you're
As
horny.
in horns.
No.
Horns up, baby.
No, I mean horny.
Like porn star or
That's the title
pro
of the
wrestler.
That's the title of the show or the game is porn titles. Oh, this is great.
What?
Mom.
Let me get the pen out.
All right, so for all our viewers right now, before we start this game, make sure you're smashing that share button. Share the wealth. Let your friends and family in on this because it's about to get greasy.
And Matt and I had absolutely no idea that this is going to happen.
They have no
fine with it.
they have
I
no
personally
idea.
Don't watch porn.
This isn't about watching porn. Hey, Name a porn out of Dallas. Oh, Debbie does Dallas. That's not
You
this
just put
game.
yourself out there.
That's not this game.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So you ring in is your
Name.
If you idiots get it wrong, our boy Doge gets the point.
Yeah.
So porn titles. So I'm going to give you the name of an actual movie.
Yep.
You're going to ring in, and I want you to convert it to a porn title. Number 1, Mission Impossible.
So does it have to be the title that you have?
Yes, or Doge gets it.
Mission Impossible.
Make it a porn title. Tick, tock, tick, tock.
This should just be the example. We'll give this one to Doge. Let me hear your answer.
Give it to Doge?
Yeah,
No,
sure. We'll
you
throw
morons
Doge's
can't get it right, so Doge.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Missionary Impossible.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
All
Okay,
right,
now
good.
we understand.
Now we understand. You should have had an example.
The example is I'm going to give you a name of a movie, and you're going to give me the porn title of it.
Go ahead. Next.
Mission Impossible.
Missionary
Missionary
Impossible.
Impossible.
Got it. Okay.
Forrest Gump.
Greg.
Greg.
Forrest Rump.
Matt. Forrest Hump.
Benzino.
Let's go.
Forrest
Let's go.
Rump.
It's on.
Who says rump?
I don't watch
Yeah.
them.
Hey, Benz, you see that girl's rump?
Yeah.
Question number 3, Star Wars.
Matt. Star Whore.
Whores, there he is.
Oh, brilliant.
Got a 2-1 lead. Benz with 2, Doge with 1,
Greg's the innocent
GBG,
one over here.
Saddle.
I'm so happy to be losing this.
Porn titles, The Nutty Professor.
Greg. The Nutty Professor.
The Nutty Professor. Make it into a porn title. Come on. She's wearing glasses, short skirt. You got to stay after
I got
class
it.
because you're in
I got
trouble. Get it,
Greg,
Matt.
Greg, the Slutty Professor.
Greg.
I think I buzzed in before he said his name, though.
Let me
We'll give it to
rewind
him.
here.
We'll give it to him.
No. Your name is your buzzer,
Right.
Matt. You can't just
The
chime in.
naughty professor.
No.
It's Greg, the Slutty Professor.
Greg gets his first.
It's got to be. All right, keep going.
No, you got it wrong.
Yeah.
You got it wrong.
I can
Deal with
accept that.
Night of the Living Dead. 5, 1. Night of the Living Head. Point, Doge.
Okay. Good job, Doge.
Doge. All right, we got a tie. Doge and Ben's 2-2. Ocean's 11. This is a good one. I like this one. Ocean's 11. Convert it into a porn title.
Matt. Ocean's 69.
Wrong. Greg, you want to give it a try? Or Doge for the lead.
I have no clue.
Doge. Ocean's 11 inches.
Brilliant, Lucky.
I told you I liked it.
Whatever.
Ocean's 11
This is
inches.
the hardest game ever because it's not just a clear cut. It's whatever Mike's answer was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Where's his
Proceed.
All right, so for you guys tuning in live on Twist,
Yeah.
we are converting movie titles into porn titles, and these guys aren't as horny as Doge.
Correction.
Or you.
Mike has converted movie titles into porn titles, and we're guessing.
We're trying to
or
get into his
attempting
sick mind.
to guess it.
They're not very stiff. The Terminator.
Greg,
Greg.
the Sperminator.
That is correct. All right. Oh, we got quite a few to go. Let's keep banging through them.
Man.
The Lone Ranger.
Matt. The Lone Masturbator.
No.
Brilliant.
You're overthinking it.
Greg,
Greg.
the Bone Ranger.
Greg.
Oh.
Okay, the sad thing is I just happen to know Mike's mind.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so we got 3
Three's
for
up.
GBG,
3-2-2.
3 for Doge.
What?
Yep.
I'm bottom of the barrel.
Because you guys gave him the first one. And 2 for Benz.
You realize your kids are going to be watching?
I know.
Holy shit!
I hope my dad turned it off.
Chief,
I don't
shut
think
it off.
he's watching. I think that he's going to wait for you.
We're about a third of the way through. Goodwill Hunting.
I'm not going it. I'm not doing it. It's a bad word.
No, it's not. Goodwill Hunting. It's not what you're thinking.
Okay, good.
He's thinking Goodwill Cunting.
Jesus.
That's what he's thinking.
Murphy.
Oh, God.
Thanks, Michael. It is a solid new setup.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Grade that.
Good.
What?
While these idiots wait, we are at MBC. That is M for Mike or Matt. MBC Studios. Oh, Matt Ben's cunt.
Jesus, Murphy. Kids.
Wow. We're in a new studio. and he's-
So Goodwill coming.
Again, these are great. I'm glad you guys are.
Matt,
Yeah.
Goodwill humping.
There it is.
Yes.
Ties it up.
I can guess all day. This show is just dirty. This is a sports show.
Yeah, with a little ranch. Just a little ranch sauce.
I'm going to change my
sriracha.
rant.
We had meat sauce on. Now you can call me ranch sauce. You want a little ranch?
Next.
Little ranch with that salad?
I'm gonna change
Might as
my
well.
rant.
Few Good Men. A Few Good Men. Change it into a porn title. Doge, you want to give it a go?
Go ahead, Doge.
A Few Hard Men. That is right, Doge.
Mine's so fucking
I know.
hard to predict.
I don't.
These aren't not gimmies.
Cliffhanger.
Matt.
Matt.
Hanger.
No,
Oh, that's brilliant.
that's good.
yeah.
That's good. Cliffhanger.
Matt. Cockhanger.
Wrong again.
All right, let's keep going.
Cliffhanger.
Keep going. Keep going with your
What
wrong-
rhymes with hanger? I'm going to go.
Matt.
Oh,
Matt.
Cliffbanger.
There it is.
Thank you. Come again.
Typically, I don't help these morons, but
This game is so hard.
so
Literally.
oh, this is a good one too. West Side Story.
Matt.
Matt.
Wet Side Story.
Ooh, that's good, but no. West Side Story.
Matt.
Chest
Side Story.
Ooh, but you are close.
Matt.
Yeah.
Breast Side Story.
There it is.
I love it. Let's go.
For the lead.
I'll let
Turn
you-
up.
Greg he's quivering over there. He won't even ring in. He's scared.
He knows his kids are
The
going to watch
kids
this
don't
later.
need to watch this part.
Yeah, you're going to have to skip this.
When you see porn titles, that means, all right, kiddos, let's go play life. But this is life. Matt took a lead. It's 5 Benz,
I'm
4
playing for the
Doge, 3
Go.
Green Bay Greg. Made in Manhattan. Made in Manhattan.
Matt,
Greg.
Look at him. He can't even ring in
I
fast.
think you got it. Did
No,
you?
No,
I
he
didn't. No, I
absolutely
didn't.
did not get it.
Banged in Manhattan.
No.
I was going to say came in Manhattan.
No. That's all you get. Laid in Manhattan.
All right.
Come on, made, laid. Sometimes you're overthinking
all right.
it. Doge ties it up.
Sometimes we have to.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Go ahead.
I love when I laugh at myself. Saturday Night Fever.
Matt?
Yeah.
Saturday Night Beaver.
There it is.
The Beaver.
The Beaver.
Yeah.
Any Given Sunday. Come on, Greg. You're laughing. Something dirty just went into that Green Bay head of yours. Any Given Sunday. Convert it to a porn title. Three, 2, 1. Doge? Any Given Cum Day. Yes, it is. There you go,
Really?
Doge.
All right.
Ties it up 6-6-3. They're
Okay.
running away.
How many are left?
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9.
Murphy.
Okay.
Pulp Fiction.
Greg.
Greg.
Pump Fiction.
No. You're overthinking
Matt?
it.
Pulp Friction.
No. Doge. Gulp Fiction.
You're overthinking it. Okay.
Pulp Gulp.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pulp Gulp.
Next.
Well, that's 7-6-3. A Beautiful Mind. A Beautiful Mind. 3, 2, 1, a beautiful behind. Doge, 8, 6, 3, Gangs of New York.
Matt.
Gangbang
of New York.
There it is. 7, 8. School of Rock.
Matt. School of Cock.
There it is. Tie game.
I hope my mom is not watching this. Mom.
White men can't jump. And this is bullshit, by the way.
Oh, Greg. White men can't.
Look at Ma. Ma goes, this is awkward, boys. Oh, my God.
Tell me about
it. Come back in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This is not.
It'll only be awkward if Greg asks you to make him a cream pie.
Oh, my God.
Cheesecake.
Oh, Lord.
Your answer was incorrect, Greg. Matt, you want to give it a go?
What was it? No. Go ahead.
White men can't jump.
White men can't pump.
That's what I said, and it was wrong.
It was.
Okay, then I don't got it.
It's white men can't hump, which is untrue to us, nation. We can hump.
I'm getting more and more awkward now that I know your mom's watching.
Jeez.
Doge takes the lead.
Of course she's watching. She's not going to be embarrassed.
Mike just doesn't care how uncomfortable this is for you and I.
I don't care.
She's probably just worried about all of the family friends that are going to be watching this after she shares it. I'm a grown-ass man.
I came up with it. It's
Next.
You know what rhymes with boobs? Lubes. Sisterhood of Traveling Pants. This is a raunchy one right here.
Really? Because all the other ones were clean.
So Doge has the lead. There's 4 to go. He's up by 1 against Benz. Green Bay Greg, I'm sorry to tell you, you are out.
I'm happy to say.
But please still play.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yep. And Doge with the answer of Sisterhood of Traveling Sluts. All right, Doge. Good job.
Where is that rhyme?
10-8-3. They don't all have to rhyme.
Next.
Romancing the Stone.
Romancing the Bone.
Boom. There it is.
Here we go.
Benzi's down 1 with 2 to go.
Okay, I need it.
You can absolutely get
Go ahead.
King Kong.
Matt, King Dong.
There it is. Tie game with 1
I'm going for the walk-off, Mom. I'm going to make you proud.
Last question. Tie game between Doge and Benz.
Run it.
Kill Bill. Kill Bill.
Fuck.
This might rhyme. 10, 9, 8, 7. Just think of things that rhyme.
I am. No.
He's all filled up and ready to go.
Go ahead, Doge.
Phil Bill. Doge.
Good for you, Doge. Way to put me
I'd like to
down,
ask Mama
put me to
Benz if
shame.
she's more proud of me for not winning.
Porn titles
Brilliant.
champ, Doge.
As he should be, that dirty fuck.
Oh.
All right.
So speaking of say what?
Yeah.
Say what?
Yeah.
Jameis Winston on his NFL career via Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
I know what I'm worth, and I know day in and day out,
Sure.
without publicly coming in and saying it, that historically, I'm one of the best quarterbacks to play the game.
God, thank God.
Say what?
Thank God weed is legal in the NFL now. 'Cause
Unbelievable.
dude's ripped.
It was just awkward reading that because you hoped the whole time that he was misquoted, or
Sure.
but that's actually what he said.
Yeah.
He is so flippin' delusional. I mean, but keep in mind, this is the same idiot who made a mockery of the draft, when he got drafted by having the crab legs and all that stuff. And,
Sure.
after being, accused of stealing it. So this guy does not understand how to gauge the temperature in a room.
No.
He doesn't understand, a positive self-concept. Yeah. I almost felt bad for him when he said that.
Well, that's the thing is he obviously doesn't understand the history of the game, and to say that he's one of the best ever, basically, like, dude, you threw 30 tutties last year, but you also threw 30 picks. Yes, you threw for over 5,000 yards. That's awesome. But look at all of your previous years. Like, you were not re-signed to your team.
Yeah, he could be thrown in the conversation for biggest number 1 overall pick busts.
Right.
Even though you've thrown for 5,000 yards and you can put up touchdowns, it's like you can't win football games. Right. And to me, that's a bust.
If anything, it just shows how awesome those receivers are, because basically all he's doing is hucking it up in the air, and they're making the plays on the ball.
Greg could play quarterback for them.
He's not exactly.
You guys ever seen my 5-step drop back?
Oh, anyway. Yeah, so he's basically a joke. Let's get to some ranting.
Let's go ahead.
I want to get fired up and rant and rave.
Sure.
Greg, why don't you go first, followed by me, and we'll end with Benzie.
All right. Good. My rant is on something that Pete Carroll, head coach of the Seahawks, said earlier this week when talking about Colin Kaepernick. The Seahawks were one of 2 teams to bring Colin Kaepernick in 2017 for, a tryout or workout. And he said specifically 2 things. Number 1, I don't remember why we didn't sign Kaepernick. Are you effing kidding me? You could tell me your backup long snapper that you didn't take 20 years ago, why you didn't take him. You know exactly why you didn't take him. And then the other comment that he made was, I thought that Colin Kaepernick was a starter. He was too good to be on our team. That's like saying, you know what? That girl over there, she's really cute. She's a lot of fun. She's just way too cute for me. No one's ever going to say that.
You've said it.
Yeah, well, I'm a very ugly man. But my point is that for the love of God, Pete Carroll, just say it. You know what? He's a 500 quarterback. He's average. Yeah. And at the time, we weren't willing to put up with the media headache. Just say it. It would have been honest. And now you bring him in. Now the temperature of the climate in our society has changed. And you go back and you say, you know what? Now we're willing to deal with it. But just be honest and don't tell me, well, we don't know why we didn't take him. Bullshit.
Oh, he ends it.
Yeah.
Ends it with the bullshit. I'm over here. When you watch Greg getting fired up, he's got this this thing that just pops out of his, all right, I'm up next. I have 2 rants. I was driving in today. Yeah, extra fired up. So the first one, the Carolina Panthers removed Jerry Richardson's statue as a precaution in racial unrest in the country. It was made clear it was just being moved and not destroyed. All right? So Richardson sold the team back in 2018 amid racial allegations.
Right.
So this fuck, in 2017, the team investigated him that led to an NFL investigation, which resulted in a $2.75 million fine. So this is what fucking gets me. All right? So he sold the team.
Yeah.
So he got fined $2.7 million, right?
Chump change.
He sold it for $2.275. So I don't think those numbers are not a coincidence. He's like, fuck you. Fuck your $2.75 mil. I just made $2.275 mil. Yeah. And then he puts a clause in the contract. This racist bastard.
Yeah.
Who sells the team because he's a racist prick. A fucking bigot.
Yeah.
Says, you know what, I'm going to sell it, but here's the clause. You can't remove that fucking statue outside of me. You're going to see my racist concrete ass forever. And he's just laughing with his billions of dollars. Right. So now they remove it. The right thing to do is remove it and drop it into the ocean.
Yeah.
But they come out and say, oh, no, we just moved it and didn't destroy it.
Sure.
If you live in Carolina, you find out where that thing is and you grab your hammers and you beat it to shit. Screw you, Jerry Richardson.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Richard.
What a Richard.
What a Richard.
God. On to the next one. So Ben's had touched on it in the headlines.
Yeah.
Kyrie made the headlines for leading a group of players opposed to returning next month in Orlando.
Yep.
In addition to him not being happy about the conditions in Orlando, the fucking rain every day.
Yeah.
Kyrie's also displeased that the league is asking players to come back in the midst of the protests against racial inequality.
Sure.
You know what that is, Kyrie? That's fucking life, okay? You think my boss says, you know what, Mike, I get what's going on. Actually, it's, you know what, son.
Sure.
You know what's going on? Why don't you go fucking protest? Why don't you take a week off? We've been off for months.
Yeah.
Getting paid. And he's mad that the NBA wants him. You know, why don't you go do some more fucking research on if the earth is flat or not, you dick. His quote, I don't support going into Orlando. I'm not with systematic racism and bullshit. Something smells a little fishy. Why don't you just go focus on playing? You know, if you really want a platform to speak your mind,
Yeah.
why don't you get healthy and go put up 70 against LeBron? Then when you're getting interviewed after the game, you can talk about systematic racism. Until then, go blow up the earth.
And that's the big thing is, like, you know, we both agree that, yes, this is an issue of racism.
100%.
We get that. But use your pedestal and all the viewers that are going to be watching these playoffs to assess the situation and stand up for it. You know, that's the shit.
You sound like a crybaby.
Yes.
Oh, they're
You're
making
not
me go
even
back.
playing.
No, you're
Why
hurt.
do you have a say in
You
this?
don't need to go to Orlando.
Holy cow. So I was going to do my rant on that, but I decided to swerve a little bit. I want you to have the majority of that.
Swerve.
So I swerved.
I did good.
You did great. So what I'm going to talk about is the MLB. You know, this ongoing discussion of back and forth proposals, this and that.
Yang and yang. And MLB is Major League Baseball, Greg.
Major League Baseball.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you're a Twins fan, though, so I appreciate that. So they obviously had the proposal of the 72-game proposal that I talked about, how it would be 80% prorated salaries over the 72 games. All the players are totally opposed to this, which I don't blame them. Trevor Bauer tweeted out right after, just so y'all know, 70% of prorated salaries at 72 games is exactly the same as, wait for it, full prorated salary at 48 games. Nothing to see here. It's the same exact offer in different clothing, just a reallocation of risk. Manfred will implement a 48 game.
Oh, isn't his name Will Manfred?
Maybe. I don't think so.
It is.
Is it?
That's why you threw me off. You're like, Manfred Will. I'm like, it's fucking Will Manfred.
So, Manfred
Will. Got it.
Implement a 48-game season with full prorated salaries. That's what all these MLB players are waiting for because they want their money. As they should. Right? Like, give us a full prorated. Plus, the MLB season is way too long anyways, so let's get 48 games, give them their cheddar, and let's run this shit. Like, you're constantly going back and forth with these fucking shit proposals. All we want to do is just watch some baseball. You're losing fans. You're losing me as a fan. Run it. Go Twins. Rain Man. Get it.
If anyone is getting upset that I don't swear enough during the rant, just wait 30 seconds because these two will sure as hell make up for it.
All right, that's it for the rants.
This is America. Who said we can't cuss? TVMA.
That's
I guess we should have said.
Oh, yeah, because drunken Scotties don't ever cuss.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
What? We're clean people.
The fucking guy puts on a polo today, and he's Bill Nye the Science Guy all of a sudden.
Jesus.
All right, let's get into the twist topics of the day.
Number one.
Nets have talked about adding Bradley Beal for a third star. Would this be a good fit?
Okay,
Brilliant.
I looked this up. This is
you looked it up.
No, this is a definite yes for
In an
one reason.
encyclopedia?
Because, no, this is a definite yes for a big reason. The two other stars can't seem to stay freaking healthy.
Sure.
And Beal in the 16-17 season played 77 games.
Right.
And in the last two full seasons, so 17, 18, 18, 19, all 82 games. He plays every day. That's what the Nets need. They don't need Kyrie or Durant.
Well, they do,
they don't need. They're already have to deal with them sitting out a game because of, like Mike would say, it's his Durant's time of the month or Kyrie's got a sore thumb. This guy plays every game.
AKA their vagina hurts.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
So he plays every game.
I think it'd be a great fit. The potential of it, and that's what we always talk about in sports, the potential. We haven't seen them play together.
Correct.
Over the past few weeks, both of those idiots have made my rants, Durant and now Kyrie. I'm not a fan of either of them.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want them, but you add Bradley Beal put up 30 points a game. I mean, that's a great combination for them, and they have the pieces to try and swing a trade, and it's a 3-star, you need 3 stars to win.
That's the thing about Beal is, he puts up 30 a game, but that's because John Wall is constantly out.
It's because he can put the ball in the basket.
Well, I get that, but does Bradley Beal, he will be a good fit wherever he goes.
Sure, absolutely.
But does he want to be a shadow player in the league, or does he want to be the stud? That's the question.
Or does he want to win a championship?
Right, exactly. But, I mean, you got to think about it. The shittier teams that don't have the stars, they can pay you more than the teams that have the stars, right? Or wrong?
Right.
Correct. So, yeah. Twist topic
Number 2. Speaking of third stars, best third star fit for the Lakers out of the 2021 free agency pool.
I'll start.
All right.
Go with DeMar DeRozan out of San Antonio. I think he's a stud for one. I've been following him since high school for two just because he throws down nasty dunks. But he's electric, and I like that.
Woogie, woogie, woogie.
Also, thinking about, LeBron, the less he has to do, the better he will be at an older age. So get somebody that's electric.
Facilitator.
That can take over games. DeMar can do that, especially when you got all the other assets the Lakers have. Boom.
You go with a guy who doesn't mind not having the ball. I say you go with Gordon Hayward.
Both of which are on my list.
Yeah, I like Gordon Hayward. He doesn't need the ball.
Yeah.
He's gonna get open, and he can feed AD as well as play. He seems like the type of guy who, if LeBron said go there, he would go there and be able to play that position.
Sure.
He seems like the type of guy who could play 3 different positions.
He's a very good role player.
Yeah.
So the obvious answer is Greg's guy, Giannis, but that's not who I'm going to go with.
It's
mine.
It's Giannis.
It's whatever comes out of my mouth.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, here we go.
Victor Oladipo.
Love it.
Oh.
Love it.
So the difference, this is why I picked Victor as my number one, and I do have your guys on my list, is because he's got superstar potential.
Yeah.
Before he got hurt, he was emerging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Emerging in Indiana.
Electric.
So you bring him in. I think you can get him, at a decent amount, but I think that's the best fit there. Because like you said, LeBron's probably the best passer ever to play in the NBA. So in his older age, he is.
John
okay?
Stockton, bro.
No, John Stockton is not a better passer than LeBron James. John Stockton is a midget white man. LeBron James is a black god.
Oh, my God.
Twist topic.
Or John Stockton's the all-time assist leader.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Twist topic number 3.
The Wolves end up a bottom 3 team, which means they will be one of 3 teams with a 14% chance at number 1.
Yeah.
You're the Wolves GM. Who's your guy?
I actually told Matt my answer before the show, and I thought
for fuck's sake, you're
Obi
cheating
Toppin.
again.
Obi Toppin from Dayton.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi.
The reason I like him is because the Timberwolves' entire team is a bunch of guys who haven't played together yet. So why not bring in a guy who can play 3 different positions? So you find your weak spot if you're the GM, the coach, and say, okay, Obi, you're playing there.
Okay. Who did the Wolves take last year?
Jared Cutler.
Okay.
Culver.
Culver is kind of that. And that's why I'm going to stray away from
Except Obi is
electric.
He's a
dunker,
4.
Beast.
He's a 4.
Right.
Culver's not. He's a 3 or a 2.
But the thing about that is also I want Cat to be a 4. So that's why my pick is going to be James Wiseman. Obviously, he didn't get to play much with Memphis simply because of all the controversy regarding his recruitment, things like that. So, but I like a for sure 5 that you can put down there. So that's why I'm going to go with that. You put Cat at 4 so Cat can get out on the outskirts of town, hit that long ball, dig it. So that's my pick.
I love James Wiseman, and
Sure.
it depends on, obviously it depends, and this isn't a depending answer. I want LaMelo Ball. So months ago,
chance.
LaMelo Ball, if we get, let's say, the second pick, okay, and the Cavaliers, Anthony out of Georgia.
Cole Anthony.
No, out of Georgia. He's probably going to be your number 1 pick. LaMelo Ball has the highest upside out of anybody. This draft, we have to hit. We're going to end up with the Nets.
I don't want the Ball family.
It doesn't matter. The Ball families, they're not even, you don't even see them in anything anymore.
Oh, I could just see it.
I want talent because we're not going to have the money to be doing anything.
Sure.
We have a lot of money. We're going to have 2 picks in the first round.
Yep.
We gotta hit out of the park. On both.
Yeah.
With your second pick in the first round, you're going to take the guy with the biggest upside.
Sure.
You're going to take the guy with the biggest chance to 2 or 3 years.
Love it.
LaMelo.
Okay.
The problem with him, his dad will never let him sign the extension after, even if it's a supermax, because his dad will already be marketing him.
I don't care. We don't need. We only need them all for about 4 years.
Okay.
Then they're all leaving.
Okay.
That's the one thing we do have in common, Greg. Nobody likes our cold states. Okay?
Twist topics number 4.
Who is your sleeper team in the upcoming NBA playoffs?
Ready? The Dallas Mavericks.
Luka.
I love him. He's awesome. I have a feeling that if the games are close, they can pull him out, and that's my sleeper. I like that.
I don't think there's a sleeper coming out of the West. It's either going to be the Clippers or the Lakers. So in the East, the only team with a winning record against the Bucks is the Miami Heat. So my sleeper's the Heat.
Jimmy Fuckets.
You got a potty mouth.
Wow.
Sorry, kids.
Sorry, Mama Benz.
Oh, she
stopped listening 20 minutes ago.
No, she's listening. She's probably cussing just as much. So,
midget white guys are the shit. All right.
That's brilliant.
Thanks, Mike Cockelman.
There you go. Excellent.
So the Heat and the Mavs are both on it. I do like the Mavs. I think when you talk sleepers, I think the NBA wants Zion.
Yeah.
He's in it. They have a chance to get in. That's going to be my sleeper. You look at a team like that with a ton of talent.
So you just pay off the refs and have NO.
Oh, yeah.
NO go?
Yep. Because they're not in. They got to fight to get in,
yeah.
but they have that opportunity. And I'm telling you what.
Well, that's why
they are getting in and they're making a run.
And that's why they took more teams from the West than they did the East, just to give Zion a chance.
They're making a run. Because my two boys, Zion and LeBron, it's got a nice ring to it.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be something nuts, dude? All right. Twist topic number 5.
Staying in the NBA. All of these questions have stayed in the NBA. Did you hear that, RTF Sports Network? We are not just NFL. We are not just Major League. We're NBA as well.
We didn't even talk NASCAR.
We're well-versed.
Porn.
Twist. Who's your champ?
Go ahead, Greg.
The Bucks.
Imagine
the
that.
Bucks have the easiest route. They're not going to have to face the Clippers.
The Bucks have okay.
They're the Bucks your champion, and then Giannis Antetokounmpo will sign the Supermax.
Well, it's the first time he talked into the mic saying Antetokounmpo.
That's your guess because the Bucks can't close.
Can't close.
They can't close.
They're like you, Greg.
When you shut down Giannis and you keep him out of the paint,
who's going to shut him?
What do you mean? Look at Toronto last year. What did they do?
They shut him
down.
Shut
down Giannis, and that shuts down.
Shut her down.
Fired. This series is going to be fresh.
Oh, okay, so what a rebuttal.
So who's your champ?
The Lakers.
On 3? Oh.
Yeah.
1.
Oh, God.
3.
The Lakers. LeBron.
Come on, Greg.
The finals.
It's not just LeBron. It's Anthony Davis.
And they're gonna sign some people too. Boogie, Jamal Crawford.
It's LeBron's year. It's just going to happen.
It is.
It's Giannis's year.
No, it's not. Greg, he's
the
leaving you.
The problem
he's leaving you.
Is that Giannis is that team. He doesn't make that team better.
Like Herb Brooks said in Miracle, their time is done.
All right, so we are going to break down our top 10 players in the NBA. Sure. Next week, you will get 1 through 5. This week, we are going to give 10 through 6 players. I'll start.
Okay.
All right. So 10 through 6. At number 10, Devin Booker cracks my top 10. Number 9, you can throw up, he's 23 years old. You're throwing up 70 points already in games. He's a scorer. Yes. Number 9, Damian Lillard. Number 8, Steph Curry. Number 7, James Harden. And number 6, Anthony Davis. So, Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, Steph Curry, James Harden, Anthony Davis are all in my top 10 from 10 through 6.
Go ahead, Greg.
What are you doing over there, drawing stick figure porn?
I was changing my order. All right. Since you put in Steph and didn't account for injury, I'm going Porzingis. I'm going to put Cat in there just because I think that he's going to do well now that they got all the players that he wanted.
This isn't top 10 centers, Greg.
No, I know. Well, actually, then I got AD.
Wait, he put Porzingis as 10?
Yeah.
The unicorn?
Yeah. Then I got
just
Cat.
likes tall white guys. He likes looking in the mirror.
Then AD. Then I got Russell Westbrook. And I got Booker at 6.
You know why Russell didn't make my top 10? Because he's kind of like Giannis. He can't win shit.
Giannis.
Bless you.
All right, so for my 10, I like, at number 10, Joel Embiid. All right, I'm going to sink him down to number 10. At number...
Oh, Embiid!
He's still a monster, though. He's a presence. He makes Cat cry every time.
He does. He's a bully.
Yeah. At number 9, I'll put Russell Westbrook. At number 8, Damian Lillard. At number 7, I'll give him a boost because I like him. And we'll go Trae Young.
Boosted.
Wow.
Boost him.
Trade A.
And then at number 6, Zion.
Ooh, wow.
Guys play
Got to
like,
prove it.
yeah,
Controversial.
Like it.
Well, that was fun. Greg, I'm ready to listen to your final thought.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. My final thought for this week is, with everything that's been going on over the past several weeks, we got to ask ourselves, are we communicating with each other to hear each other's opinions, or are we just listening to other people in hopes that they'll be parroting our own opinions? Too much of our lives are spent just hoping that everyone else just agrees with us. We hear people all the time. I don't like you. You voted for Trump. I don't like you. You voted for Obama.
I don't like you. You're a Green Bay fan.
Do you ever ask anyone why? You know, maybe there's a reason why. Maybe someone's life was saved because of Obama's health care plan. Maybe someone got in a job that really saved their life because of one of Trump's programs. Instead of just assuming that we understand each other or we should hate someone because of what they say, let's listen to why they said it. Understand why they believe what they believe. I think we'd have a better understanding of each other.
Brilliant. Good job, Greg.
Well, when you hear the music, you know it's end of the show. Thank you for Paul Meat Sauce Lambert for being a part of it. Thank you, Twist Nation, RTF Sports Network, and obviously MBC Studio.
We are Twist, and we are out.
We talking sports with a twist, no script. Legends coming through on the guest list. TC, Minnesota, land of the lakes. Boo, Green Bay, that's all I gotta say. Yelling skull with the rolls, you know we don't play. We get wild.